So recently on this channel, I started testing out new entry-level tools that claim, at least, to be for 3D printing hobbyists looking to make cooler stuff. And my goal with this series of videos is to let you guys know whether these entry-level tools that I'm using are any good or if they're just junk. The product I'm talking about today is the Algolaser Pixi. It's a 10-watt diode laser, and I've seen some laser videos for 3D printing, and they all seem to have the same theme. They talk about printing patterns or engraving prints. For two reasons, I'm not gonna be doing that. Number one, engraving prints is insanely toxic. So even with filtration, I just don't wanna risk it. And number two, there are better ways to get textures on prints than a laser, and I'll go into those in future videos. Before I get into what I actually did do with this laser, let me tell you a little bit more about it. This is a small laser with only 100 by 100 millimeter build volume, and I got a 10-watt version with a filtration system. My advice is never get a laser without proper filtration because fumes are no joke. You will get sick if you're not careful. So the whole point of this machine is to be easy to use. Technically, you don't even need a laptop or a phone to run it. This laser has its own operating system called Algo OS, and this allows you to go through files on its memory, do basic name engraving. And now, I've never used a laser before. This was my very first one, and I absolutely hated it until I downloaded Lightburn, which is a third-party software that has a very long extended free trial. In doing so, actually unlocked all of its capabilities, and it made it possible to do a ton of cool stuff very easily with it. So as a test, my first project was an engraved tumbler with the laser's rotary tool, and I had made two of them. One was a test and one was the actual real tumbler, and you can see that here. After that test, I found out what a 3D printing hobbyist could really use a laser for. The first good use for me was cutting cork for 3D printed coasters. It took a basic plastic coaster that I 3D printed and turned it into a real product. At first, I ran it full blast just to make sure it would cut through the cork, and I ran it really slowly, but that just burnt everything to a crisp. It crumbled, it was really bad. So I just turned to Google and found settings, I think it was Google AI probably, that just gave me settings based on the power of the laser that I have, which is 10 watts. I made both 4 small feet, then it's not perfect, but a lot of these kind of coasters with small feet aren't perfect, but it works. And then I also just made a circular cork bottom just to prevent it from slipping. And once I got the settings right, it worked insanely well. The second thing I made was a leather bottom for a desk project I'm working on. It was a little tray that I'm making, and it worked incredibly well. The biggest thing I learned is I'd rather go super fast and do a ton of passes than go super slow 1 or 2 times and burn everything. It just results in a lot cleaner of a cut. Now, from somebody brand new to laser engraving and laser cutting, here's a warning and my first failure. I wanted to do something similar to the leather cutout, but with a 3D printed phone case. But it was early on with this machine and I used the wrong type of leather. While it was kind of working, and it could have worked if I wanted it to, as I was figuring things out with a test piece, I learned that not all leather is okay to cut with a laser. And this type, it's chrome tan leather, has the potential to be extremely hazardous. So after a single shallow pass, I wasn't even in the room for it, I erred on the side of caution and decided it was better to just not use the laser and try and cut it out with scissors. This did not work very well because my scissor cutting was pretty messy, but that was a failure. All right, now what's the verdict? Is this Algolaser worth it? So it comes in at just under $300 for the 10-watt version, and even cheaper, it's about $179 for the weaker 3-watt laser. If you want to cut thin wood sheets, leather, cork, other materials like that, this will work, and it'll work great. The only real issue I have is how small the build volume is, but if you make small items, it's great. I enjoyed using it. It's small enough to go in a cabinet for when I need it, but this isn't an everyday machine for me. This isn't a game changer. This isn't changing how I work, really. It just opens up a new possibility when I want to do something a little cool. With that being said, who's this really for? And it seems like this is for small businesses who want to, do small customizations and merch. I think the tumbler is a great example of that, and it's pretty cool. And people make engraved straps and bracelets and that sort of thing at, farmers markets or whatever. But as a hobbyist and a maker, this is more of a cool tool for when you need it and not something that's going to be out all the time for me. I'm curious to know, you tell me, would this make a good addition to your maker arsenal or not? That's it for now though. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.